John here. We're just going to go over the basics of vacuuming a pool that's needed at least weekly. Here we go. This past week has rained a lot and been windy at times. There's some foreign stuff at the bottom of the pool. Nothing huge or horrendous, but well, can you see? Yeah, you can see at the bottom of the pool. There's some stuff here and there that we're just going to go ahead and take care of. So what we'll need is the vacuum head, which is right there, your skimmer pole, and of course a good amount of hose. Now the first things we're going to be looking at is the head will need to attach to the hose. Now the hose will have two ends. Sometimes they're color coded, sometimes they're not. This one has a swivel head and it actually says connect to vacuum head or connect to vac head. And then the other end will go into your skimmer. Now most skimmers, let's see if I can get it with the light correct. Well, I don't know if you can see, but there's actually two holes. One's covered, and that covered one will usually go to a main drain at the bottom of the pool. I believe it's not being used, so the other one goes right to the filter pump, and that's will actually end up connecting the hose. All right, before I start vacuuming or getting everything ready, I like to set some of my dials to make the vacuuming a little bit more efficient or a little bit more powerful. Being that this is a gunite pool, I'm not going to hurt anything. So the first thing I want to do is make sure my skimmers are open, which they are, and I'm only going to use the near one. So I'm going to shut off the far one like that, and I'm going to shut off the bottom drain. So everything goes through that one skimmer. Alright, now that we have all the knobs moved over, you'll see in the water there's actually way more circulation going through there now. That'll provide us the suction needed to go ahead and vacuum. Now what I like to do is go ahead and attach the vacuum head to the pole, and then go ahead and connect to the vacuum head only. There we go. Now what I like to do is go ahead and extend my pole. This is a 6-foot pool, so I'm taking it along for the ride. Now it's important to drop this in straight down so that the water gets into the hose like so, and then what we'll do, it's a little unwieldy, is just go straight down with your hose just so the water fills up all the way. Now there's not really a wrong or right way to go back and forth in your pool, just as long as you cover all surfaces. But with all the valves shut and everything else, you'll actually feel the suction when you put the head in. I'm trying to see if you can actually see me getting some stuff at the bottom here, but you just want to go back and forth, try to get all the big stuff that you can. And again, this is hard with my hand. Alright, now that we're done vacuuming the pool, we need to leave the head submerged in the pool because there's a lot of suction and we don't want to suck up too much air to hurt the pumps. I mean, these are self-priming pumps, but still. And you do not You want to just pull that out while it's got full suction like that. That could damage the hose or even hurt yourself. And then so what we're just going to go ahead and do is turn on the main drain a little bit like it was, and then turn the skimmers back to full on, or 50-50 I should say. So there should be a lot less suction. The other thing you can do is, if you're nervous about it, go ahead and put your pool into timeout. 1, 2. Timeout, all that does is shut down the system for, 3 hours before it kicks back in. Not only that, we need to turn it off anyway, because look at all the stuff that's floating in there. We need to go ahead and clear out that pump. The other two, they're only for like water features and stuff. They're pretty clean. Don't need to touch those. So now we should just be able to pull out our hose like that, effortlessly. We'll just throw that in there, because when we take it out, you want all the water to empty back into the pool from your hose. Plus, if there is any contaminants in the hose or whatever, it just goes back into the pool for the bottom drains to take care of, or when you vacuum next. All right, now that you pulled the vacuum head and the hose out, all you need to do is just replace the skimmer. It just drops right in, and of course the lid. All right, now that we're done vacuuming, we need to go ahead and clear out the primary filter. Let's see if I can do this with one hand here. Okay, should just pop off. Let's go ahead. Ow. Normally, you can just bang it out somewhere, get all that stuff out. Get your hand down there. But the other thing that I really like to do is just hose it out and have it super clean. Well, what I didn't videotape was I actually did rinse it off and whatnot. So you need to put the basket back in, make sure it's right. There's usually a little notch. And then you just go ahead and hand tighten this. Just a couple nudges, nothing big. And that's it. We should be able to turn the system back on. We already put our skimmer basket back in place after taking care of it. We're cleaning it out, and we'll put it back into service. Beep. Oh, pardon my finger. And normally you can take a bucket of water, pour it in there, but these are self-priming pumps, so you can see the water is coming in. And it should be back to normal with all the valves open in the proper place. Thank you. Alright, you can actually hear the pump is still priming. Now it's that high rev sound. Oh, and there it goes. It's kicking back down. Now what I'd like to do is filter out or take out any air that may be in the system. And you can hear it's just coming out. There we go. Just let it run for a minute here. Yeah, that's good enough. Close it up. And that's it. That's all you need to do to vacuum your pool.